Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuhu. Dear students, we are going to start with chapter number 3, Formation of a Company. In this chapter, we are going to see the three main stages in the formation of a company. Promotion stage, incorporation of a company, the other stage, and the last one, commencement of business stage. See here, students, we have already seen a company is an artificial legal person. Artificial legal person means it is a creation of law. This company is formed by following proper procedures, rules, and regulations. That means step by step, a company is formed by following rules and regulations. Now see here, company comes into existence when registered by following the procedures given by Companies Act 2013. Here, company comes into existence. Company is formed by following the procedures that are given by Companies Act 2013. Now see here in the second point, it said that when registered. So now we are going to see where to register a company. See, formation of a company means registering or incorporating a company with the registrar of companies. See, this is very important. You are supposed to remember a company is registered with registrar of companies in the state where the company's registered office is located. Okay, let's take an example. I want to start a company, and for the production purpose I am willing to form that production factory in Gujarat, but my registered office is here in Maharashtra. So now I'm going to have my company registered with the registrar of companies in the state of Maharashtra because I have my registered office here in Maharashtra. Now what is ROC, Registrar of Companies? See, it is an authority as per the Companies Act which can incorporate companies, which can form companies. See, ROC is nothing but an office that deals with the administration of companies. ROC looks after all the company works, its formation, registration, submitting all the important documents. Everything is done with the registrar of companies. Now, based on minimum number of promoters, how a company is formed, there is one criteria given here based on minimum number of promoters. Now, who are promoters? See, promoters are the persons who undertake the process of formation of a company. Let's say I want to start a company along with 2 to 3 of my friends. So now, along with my 2 to 3 of my friends, we people will be termed as promoters of the company. Why? Because we have got an idea to start a company. Okay? As per the Companies Act 2013, Section 3, depending upon number of promoters intending to form a company, willing or wishing to form a company, and other aspects, 3 types of companies can be formed, and they are as follows. See, if I want to start a public company, minimum 7 promoters or 7 persons should be there. Then only I will be in position to start or form a company. For private company, minimum 2 promoters or persons should be there, and for 1 person company, minimum 1 promoter or 1 person should be there. Okay, so this is one criteria which is to be fulfilled to start a company. Now we are going to see stages in the formation of company. What are the stages to form a company? The very first one, promotion stage. After that you have got incorporation of a company stage, and then you have got commencement of business stage. We are going to see all these three stages in detail. In today's lecture, we are going to see the very first stage, that is promotion stage. See, the Companies Act 2013 Section 3 of 1 has stated the following conditions for formation of company. Now, there are certain conditions, there are certain criteria to be fulfilled to form a company. If I want to start a company, the very first condition is a company shall be formed for any lawful purpose. If I want to start a company, the business should be legal. The very first thing. Second, minimum 7 promoters, as we have already seen this criteria. Minimum 7 promoters in case of public company, minimum 2 promoters in case of private company, and 1 promoter in case of one person company should be there. Third point is that all the promoters must subscribe their names to the memorandum of association. See, we are done with chapter number 4, important documents related to formation of company. In that we have seen memorandum of association, right? Most important document of the company, along with 6 clauses, right? In that clause, see, it's written promoters should subscribe to the memorandum of association, right? So this is one criteria to be fulfilled in formation of company. And coming to the fourth one, the promoters, the members who want to start a company, must comply with all the provisions of Companies Act 2013, must follow all the rules and regulations of the Companies Act 2013 which are there in respect to incorporation of a company, which are there in relation with incorporation of a company. Now coming to the main part, promotion stage. See, promotion of a company means taking all the necessary steps to incorporate a company. To incorporate means doing all that possible thing to reach on the second stage. Okay, taking all the necessary steps to incorporate a company, to form a company as per the provisions, regulations of the Companies Act 2013. Now see, meaning of promoters. If I say I am at promotion stage, there will be promoters, right? There will be minimum number of members present. So now who is a promoter? See, the person who undertake the process of promotion. First of all, the person who comes ahead, who comes forward for the process of promotion of a company are called as promoters. Now, a promoter can be an individual, a person, a partner, a company, or an associate or a syndicate. An associate or a syndicate means group of individuals or organizations who have same one common interest. See, an individual, it's clear, partners, a company, or an associate or a syndicate. Syndicate means a group of individuals or a group of organizations who have come together to promote one common interest. Now see here, Section 269 of the Companies Act 2013 defines the term promoter as a person. Now see, a person means who has been named as such in the prospectus, whose name is there in the prospectus. See, we are done with this term also. Prospectus, invitation given to the public to subscribe for shares. So now, if the name is written in the prospectus or identified by the company in the annual returns. Annual returns are nothing but a profit or returns which company gets annually. Okay, that person whose name is there in the prospectus. Second, A person or a promoter can be a person who has control over the affairs of the company, day to day working of the company, directly or indirectly, with whether as a shareholder, director, or otherwise. See, a promoter can be a shareholder, can be a director of the company also. Secondly, in accordance with whose advice, directors directions or instructions the board of directors is accustomed to act. That means a promoter can be a person who directs or instructs the board of directors to work accordingly. Now, there are certain steps there in promotion. See, promotion involves the following steps. What are the steps? First of all, the very first step is come up with the business idea or activity. If I want to start a company or I want to start a business, first of all, I'll try to have an idea in my mind. Second step is to prepare financial plan. What is financial plan? To have a rough idea what amount I will require to start that company. Third, prepare draft memorandum of association and articles of association. To draft means to write. Then I'm going to write memorandum of association and articles of association. Memorandum of association, a rough draft. What will be the name of the company, where I'm supposed to have the registered office, what will be my capital amount, capital, money invested in the business according to my financial plan, and so on. Then, fourth is to enter into preliminary contracts. Preliminary contract means initial contracts, and then coming to the last is to appoint first directors. Now we are going to see all these steps one by one. See, come up with an idea or suggest a business activity. The promoters comes up with a business activity that they wish to undertake. First of all, you will have an idea, a promoter will have an idea. Then they choose a business activity after studying various factors like, see, if I want to start a business, I'm going to study a market, whether this business will run good, whether this business will run efficiently, will give me a huge profit, or what are the pros and cons of this business. So what are the factors? The very first one is scope of business, whether this business will work or not. Competition in the market, who all are my competitors, I'm going to see this also. Then availability of factors of production. Okay, if I'm going to produce a product, what all factors I need for the production is available or not. And lastly, what laws are applicable to such productions. Let's say if I want to manufacture or produce a food product, I will require all those all those acts, all those laws which are applicable, which are related to food, right? All those marks. Okay, then based on this they prepare a business plan. After studying everything, I'm going to prepare a business plan. Coming to the second step is to prepare a financial plan. To preparing a financial plan means how much money I will need. See, the promoters decide the scale of operation and accordingly prepare the financial plan. See, scale of operation or scale of something means you are referring to the size or extent, how big your business is, how big you are planning, and accordingly you need money. If I'm going to start the business on a large scale, obviously I'm going to require huge capital, huge amount of money that is to be invested in the business. The financial plan gives details of the amount of capital, money invested in the business needed, and from where to raise it. To raise money means to collect how much money I'm going to need and from where I'm going to get that money. This is what I'm going to do when I'm preparing financial plan. Coming to the third stage is to prepare draft of memorandum of association and articles of association, two most important documents of the company which we have studied already. So now here promoters will prepare the draft, rough memorandum of association and articles of association. After preparing these two documents, they are going to submit this along with the application for incorporation of a company. I'm going to write an application that I want to incorporate a company, I want to form a company, and this application along with these two important documents I am going to submit to the registrar of the companies. Coming to the fourth stage is to enter into preliminary contracts. Now, preliminary contracts means initial contracts. See, on behalf of the proposed, that is suggested company, the promoters may enter into preliminary, that is initial contracts with the third parties. See, they enter into such contracts so that the company can start its business activity immediately after its incorporation. See, even to start or even to incorporate a company, there are certain agreements which is to be done with the third party. And these agreements, these contracts are to be formed. So yes, promoters under their name enter into these contracts. And coming to the last stages, appoint first directors. Promoters have to appoint first directors who will take charge, who will be there at that position to manage the company immediately after it is formed. Okay, you need person to manage the company. Board of directors or directors are the elected representatives of the promoters at the initial stage. Now, promoters often promoters often nominate themselves as first directors of the company. Okay, and the initially when the company is formed, promoters are the persons who manage the company and they sit on the director's position. So these are 5 steps which are involved in promotion stage. Okay, that's all for today class. Thank you.